medyo naka-damage na yon doon sa account, no? So, do you have that? Or balak ba kayo mag-develop ng gano'n na automatic na talaga, so hindi nyo na siya i-review?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Chair, and happy to help you with your account. So to answer your question po, Mr. Chair, every video that is uploaded on TikTok undergoes machine moderation. I think I may have explained this earlier, but I'm happy to repeat it. So when you upload a video on TikTok, di ba po may processing time po yan? Usually that's when machine moderation comes in to look for signals that would indicate that a post is violating our community guidelines. In combination with that, then, Mr. Chair, we also have human moderators, and this is for content that isn't automatically picked up by machine moderation. If machine moderation sees that, okay, there are signals that clearly indicate that something is violative of our guidelines, human moderators also get to review. Meanwhile, we also rely on community reports because no system is perfect po, ma'am. So we also rely on users to be vigilant and report violating content to us. That's essentially, ma'am, Mr. Chair, that's essentially the process by which we moderate and by which we keep the platform safe and secure for our users.
Okay, so Mr. Chair, thank you. How long do you do that, yung process na yun?
Mr. Chair, I regret to say that I don't have visibility on the entirety of the process, but what I can tell you is that last year, I think between, let me just check, Mr. Chair, because I have notes here. I believe, and I'll get back to you with the facts, Mr. Chair, but I believe between June to September last year, or July to September last year, we removed over 4 million videos that violated our community guidelines. I think 4.5, sorry, the numbers escape me right now. I may actually be able to find it. Yes. I'll get back to you, ma'am, with the precise figures, but we have over 4 million videos removed, 99% of which was removed proactively. And of the remaining 1% that wasn't removed proactively, content, in other words, users reported it, Mr. Chair, 98% was taken down within 24 hours.
So it's in your presentation.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Next question po. Kasi dito sa TikTok, may mga nagsasabing namamonetize. Totoo ba yun? Yung mga namamonetize na mga ano. Kasi napapansin ko, Mr. Chair, talaga makikita natin yung mga nagti-TikTok na fake news ang inaano, fake news ang pinapropagate, at saka nagmumura, at saka yung mga kung ano-anong sinasabi against a person, parang yun ang nag-gain ng maraming views. No? How does it work? Paano ba sila? Kumikita ba sila? Or, kasi may nagsasabi din sa TikTok na kumikita sila in dollars. Do you confirm that?
Mr. Chair, creators in the Philippines cannot monetize on TikTok.
Okay.
So unlike maybe, I can't speak for other platforms, but we don't monetize per like, per view. We don't do that. In addition, yeah, that's it. We don't creators cannot monetize on TikTok.
So, fake news pala yung mga nagko-content na may nakukuha silang monetization. You look at your TikTok, check mo yun kasi fake yun eh.
In the Philippines, Mr. Chair, creators cannot monetize on TikTok.
Pero kung nasa ibang bansa?
I don't have visibility on that, Mr. Chair. Apologies because I focus on the Philippine market. But if you need additional information, we're happy to supply it, Mr. Chair.
Yes, kasi isa rin itong fake news, Mr. Chair, kung talagang totoo yung sinasabi niya or di pa niya alam kung merong mga in other countries aside from the Philippines ay merong nag-monetize. Kasi may mga Filipino content creator na nasa ibang bansa. So baka yun. Can you check on that? Madam
Yes, Mr.
Christine?
Chair, we're happy to do that. Thank you.
Okay. Next, sa COMELEC, Mr. Chair, sayang wala dito talaga yung Facebook eh. Kasi nag-ano po ako, Mr. Chair, nag-submit ako sa COMELEC ng using AI, deepfake, na-receive naman ng COMELEC na. So siguro nakita niyo na yon. So, any update po? Sabi niyo kasi meron kayong coordination with other social media. Kasi Facebook po yon. Yung gumawa po nun ay merong account name na Makabayan. So, any update po, Mr. Chair, on that?
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. Maraming salamat po for the kind submission, Your Honor. Naghingi po kami ng tulong sa CICC kasi nung nakarang araw lang po, we were thankfully capacitated by the CICC with deepfake identification tools. Naipadala na rin po namin ito dun sa concerned platform at nagpapatulong po kami para po malaman at ma-identify, hindi lamang po mapruebahan na talagang deepfake po siya, kundi matrace po kung saan po nanggaling. It's currently being investigated po by the Task Force KKK, Your Honors.
So, basically, Mr. Chair, red tagging yon, no? Yung lahat naman, basta Makabayan, red tag talaga. At nakita yung mga complaint na na-receive nyo po, parang 63% ay mga red tagging. So, parang instead na, Mr. Chair, napansin natin, instead na mabawasan, no, yung mga ganyang fake red tagging, based on your resolution, Mr. Chair, parang dumarami pa po. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi po natin siya nakokontrol or kung meron lang mag-complaint. So, paano po kayo paano nag-work yung inyong resolution po against doon sa mga red tagging?
Mr. Chair, Your Honors, Your Honors is speaking about Resolution 1115, the anti-discrimination and the anti-bullying resolution. Yes po, the thrust of the resolution po kasi is that when somebody complains for an act of bullying pertaining to the gender, for being a person with disability, regarding HIV and AIDS, violation of the Safe Spaces Act, for being in the indigenous peoples, we really welcome po the complaint. And the thrust of that resolution, first, is it's with this use of social media. It will be reported to the appropriate platform for the immediate takedown and investigation if there was indeed a violation of the law. Kung makikita po rin kasi natin resolution, COMELEC treated the violation of the resolution both as an election offense and a ground for disqualification in case the bad actor po is running for public office. Second po, we would refer also these matters, especially to dig deeper into investigation po dun sa appropriate law enforcement body. Kaya po makakaasa po kayo yung pag meron pong complaints na natatanggap ang COMELEC, especially regarding Resolution 1115 and the other resolutions pertaining to campaigns and other matters of the Fair Elections Act, ito po yung nagiging action ng COMELEC regarding this po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. So, including ba dito yung mga political belief, halimbawa, kasama doon sa anti-discrimination?
No po, not necessarily, Your Honors, Mr. Chair. Specifically, that's why in the first resolution of COMELEC governing the use of AI, prohibition on the fake news and disinformation, yan po yung resolution 11064. And in order to clarify na hindi po kasama yung protected yung ating free speech, freedom of expression, yung pag-express ng advocacy, naglabas po ang COMELEC ng amended resolution 11064A to ensure na yung protected rights under our Constitution ay masigundahan at masundan po ng ating COMELEC rules.
Okay, so marami pong darating sa inyo na complaint, Mr. Chair, sa COMELEC. Kasi sa pag-iikot talaga namin, nakaranas din kami ng harassment, intimidation, red tagging, related dun sa pagkakampanya po ng Makabayan. So, Mr. Chair, naranasan namin yan